I'm here with the GOAT. At least I think she's the GOAT. She's no stranger to lactic acid and no stranger to awesomeness. Just ran a season's best in a intense steeplechase. Sister, the legend that is Sister Val Constien. What's going on, my friend?
It's good. It's good to be here. Thanks, Tom.
Of course. Okay. I was going to wait to ask you this on the show since you're coming on pretty soon. Have you seen the movie Spy Kids?
The Spy Kids? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I have.
Do you remember the scene where they were in a cave and Carmen pulled out a wallet full of options, put it in a microwave, and a Big Mac popped up? What if we just switched and you were in that situation? What food do you want?
Right now, McDonald's Sprite.
McDonald's Sprite?
Extra crispy McDonald's Sprite.
So let's talk about that for a second. So if y'all never had McDonald's Sprite, there's some power in that Sprite. If you're out of gas and put that Sprite in your car, you'll get to your destination. Why McDonald's extra crispy? Oh my gosh. So she wanted with extra ice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why McDonald's Sprite?
Just because it's so sweet. I feel like I just crushed like a Gatorade, and I feel like that's only scratching the surface of how much sweet I want after a race. And then, I don't know, the McDonald's Sprite is super fizzy. Like, it almost burns, but I kind of like it. And so I always am craving a McDonald's Sprite after like a really hard effort.
I think it burns your like intestines.
I'm pretty sure it does. That sounds right.
Basically. So y'all sign a waiver before you drink that. Go to McDonald's, drink that. Start with the sweet tea and then upgrade. Okay. Season's best. Talk to me, take me through it. How you feeling, my sister? You were balling out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it was, my first race was Doha, as I was telling you a little bit before the show. And that was kind of like returning to the scene of the crime where I blew out my knee and like subsequently had like one of the most traumatic years of my life. And so going back to Doha, there was definitely like a mental block. And so then I was excited to go to Oslo, which was like 3 weeks ago. But unfortunately in Oslo, like 3 laps into the race, a girl tripped in front of me and I hit the barrier really hard. I actually still have a bruise. You can't really see it. Behind this cut, you can still kind of see the bruise.
I can see it.
And this cut too is still from Oslo. And so I hit the barrier really hard in Oslo, and I'm just proud of myself for getting back up in Oslo and limping through the rest of the race. So this race was kind of like my first real race of the year, where I didn't have any mental blocks, I didn't have anyone tripping in front of me, I just got to race. And I definitely learned a lot, and the first steeplechase of the season, anyone who's done it will tell you, it hurts in a different way. And so I think it was like a really good step in the right direction, and I'm really excited to race at USA's. Obviously, it's going to be probably even more competitive than it was last year. Gabby Jennings, Lexi Halliday, Courtney Wayman, Kaylee Mitchell, Olivia Markachek, myself, and I'm sure there's others that I'm forgetting, but it's going to be a really fast race. So I'm glad today went well. I'm glad it was a good stepping stone, but I know I have my work cut out for me at USA's.
But that has to be exciting. Like, you're going to be pushed to excellence regardless.
Oh my gosh, I know. If I won with a 9:03 last year, we could be looking at like a sub-9 to win, and maybe even a sub-9 for like a second place finish at US Champs, which is so exciting when you think about it. But yeah, it's going to be a tough battle, so I got to get back to Boulder, get back to work, and buckle up for a super fast race in Eugene again.
And it's like you can't really train for how intense that first steeple's going to be.
Well, right. And like in practice, I've done some really hard stuff, some longer intervals. But really, the only way to practice a 3K steeple is to do a 3K steeple. And since this was the first one where I got to just like race unimpeded, it's kind of late in the season for that. But I'm glad that I was given the opportunity to like get that hard effort in. Last year at Pre, I think I only ran like a second faster, and I had a really good steeple before that leading into it. And so I think I'm in a really good spot. And if trajectory is anything like it was last year, I'm really hoping to run low 9s or even sub 9s at US Champs.
Last question. If you had to pick a race car or just any car to describe your game as a steeplechaser, I know it's going to be pink.
Yeah.
But I need to know which car we're rolling with.
Ooh, I guess if I was a race car, I would want to be like a Group B rally car from like the 90s. Like, there was this race car driver named Michelle Mouton, and she's probably the GOAT of like women's race car driving, and she drove this Audi Quattro, this 5-cylinder Group B rally car, And that's what I would want to be. Michelle Mouton's Group B Quattro.
Goat answer from the GOAT, Val. I appreciate you, fam.
Thanks.